Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Let me know, too, we're also available private channel on Roku. That private channel is one word, Dwyer Boxing. Okay, let's talk about tonight's Nonito Donaire versus Jorge Arce fight. You know, this is an intriguing fight. I don't believe there's any value in taking Donaire to win at 8-1 because I believe you can do better and hedge the risk better. The bet I'm recommending is Nonito Donaire by KO. Right? You're getting a 1-in-3 bet. In other words, bet 3 to win 1. Right? Donaire by KO. Hedged against, we're swinging for the fences, Jorge Arce by KO at 12-1. Because of the odds, you can be on both sides of the play and make money if either happens, provided one of these two guys gets a stoppage. I believe there is a very good chance that there is a stoppage in this fight. Let's talk about why. First, Jorge Arce's style is geared to give technicians, refined technicians, problems. Right? A refined technician really doesn't know what to do with a guy who's willing to get hit to hit you. In other words, it's a trap. You're fighting a guy who literally comes in and is basically telling you, go ahead and throw your right hand. I'm leaving myself a little bit open here. Right? Come, trade with me. If your strategy is to counter me all night with the right hand, I'll go ahead and play along. But understand, as you open up, I'm throwing very heavy, looping punches, hoping to catch you. Right? If you step to Jorge Arce, he's going to step to you. Right? The kind of fighters who are able to go several rounds with Nonito Donaire are guys who are defensive, fighting on their back foot behind a jab. If you're a Jorge Arce fan, you understand that's not his style. Arce wants technicians to open up, to engage in shootouts. Arce himself is going to be the one in this fight, in my opinion, who will be on his front foot. He's an OG. He has been in the game too long to be intimidated by Donaire's height or his punch, which is lethal. I'm sure as Arce sees it, Donaire will want to be in the middle of the ring. So Arce is going to take him out of his comfort zone and have the fight over at the side of the ring. Donaire's going to want to, literally have the fight move at a certain pace where he has time to read and react, where he can literally look at you, study you, and then counter you. Look at the Fernando Montiel fight, where the two guys spend a lot of time looking at each other, judging each other. Arce doesn't want any downtime. Arce is going to come in. Arce is going to start to throw punches. Arce doesn't want to give you time to set things up. Also, Arce's punches are hard to prepare for because they come in at a loop, and it's intentional. Arce's not trying to throw straight punches. He's outside the box. He's trying to throw punches you haven't seen before. So if you're a counter puncher and you see Arce starting to throw a punch and you say, okay, let me block my chin, right? Let me protect my chin. Arce's the kind of guy who will hit you here, right? Arce's the kind of guy who will hit you here. He's outside the box. He's trying to destabilize you. He fought a technician, Wilfredo Vasquez. Vasquez had almost every conceivable advantage. Foot speed, hand speed, technique. Arce came in on it. Arce kept putting his head right here. But rather than try to riddle his body, Arce was throwing looping punches. Vasquez didn't know where the punches were coming from. Right? Put another way, if you're a fantasy football person, Arce is the guy who shows up to the draft, knowing that everyone has read the same magazines to prepare for the draft. And Arce, knowing what's in the magazines, is prepared to take advantage of the fact that everyone's following conventional wisdom. So Arce is then able to pick up guys who the fantasy books don't rate as highly because he's outside the box. So he's not going to try to out Nonito Donaire. He's not going to come in with his hand figuratively glued to the side of his head like Nishioka did against Donaire. He's not going to stay in the middle of the ring like most of Donaire's opponents and try to outbox Donaire. He's not even interested in boxing Donaire. What he's going to try to do is to make this a forearm and elbow looping punch. I'm in your face, you hit me, I hit you back type of fight. He's going to try to make it a brawl. Donaire is the kind of technician who's low volume. Right? His volume has dropped. Not a lot of wasted motion. Arce is going to insist on wasted motion. He's going to try to wrestle Donaire. Right? For no other reason than to get Donaire out of his comfort zone. I believe one of two things is going to happen. Either Donaire takes Arce up on his offer and starts throwing very hard punches. And keep in mind, Donaire is one of the sport's harder punchers. He punches you so hard that when he takes off his gloves at the end of fights, his hands are bleeding. He actually has a hand problem because he punches you that hard. You literally see the blood around the gauze, right? You want to see a guy not know what his name was? Take a look at Fernando Montiel after Donaire hits him with the left hook. Donaire doesn't give a lot of guys second chances. When Donaire lands flush, guys go down. He has one punch knockout power. His left hook, quite frankly, is one of the best punches in the sport. Right? Arce, in my opinion, is going to insist on a shootout because he doesn't want to be the guy who's a greater than 8-1 underdog trying to outbox the favorite. Right? You don't want to box a boxer. So I believe this is a shootout. I say enjoy it while it lasts. I say forget the 8-1 odds. Let's cut them by more than half. I like Donaire, a 3-1 favorite by KO. Straddled against Arce, a 12-1 underdog to win by KO. Right? The gap between the 3 and the 12, in my opinion, is where you make profits. But understand the risk. If I'm wrong and this fight goes the distance, regardless of who wins, you lose it all. Right? I like both guys by KO. I'm expecting fireworks. Either Donaire blows out Arce, or Arce cracks Donaire and then finishes him inside of the distance. I don't see this fight going the distance. I'm expecting a stoppage. Let me hear from you. Leave your comments for me here online. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com, DwyerBoxingNews.com, and on Roku at private channel Dwyer Boxing. Thanks for watching.